Hey, Superman!
Notice if this happened to a small boy, it'd be funny because he'd just be like, sat on, a man,
What, he'd be raped?
No, they'd like lob him. Okay, then perhaps I did that it out.
It's gonna get off in like a day, anyways.
like
What should we,
fuck, I lost my page.
Oh, what page are we on?
Probably here.
Oh, we can edit this out. Am I even in? I'll just subtitle myself.
Oh yes, you keep laughing and stuff. Of course, it heard you. Where the hell?
Alex with his magical adventures. And the vagina
Okay, it was after the bit on genital mutilation.
Oh, I know what we should do.
Oh, it's probably around here. Probably. Let's read this bit instead. Reclaiming cunt. I call it cunt. I've reclaimed it, cunt. I really like it. Cunt. Listen to it. Cunt. Kaka, kaka, cavern, cackle, clit, cute, cum. Closed. Closed.
Oh wait, Alex.
It's up. It's wow done.
I'll pause it for a sec.
Where were we?
I don't know.
Inviting shark skin. Uniform, under, up, urge, then, cun, snug, letters fitting perfectly together. Nest, now, nexus, nice, always depth, always rounded, uppercase, cun, a jagged, wicked electrical pulse. N, high-pitched noise, then soft, N, warm, N, cun, then T. Sharp, certain, tangy, T. Texture, take, tent, tight, tantalizing. Tensing, taste, tendrils, time, tactile. Tell me, cunt. Say it, tell me, cunt.
Sounds like she's just friends.
I asked a 6-year-old girl, if your vagina got dressed, what would it wear? Red high tops and a Mets cap worn backward. If it could speak, what would it say? It would say words that begin with V and T. Turtle and violin are examples. What does your vagina remind you of? A pretty dark peach, or a diamond I have found from a treasure and it's mine? What's special about your vagina? Somewhere deep inside it, I know it has a really, really smart brain. What does your vagina smell like? Snowflakes. After this, I spent several months in the Pennsylvania State Penitentiary. The woman who loved to make vaginas happy. I love vaginas, I love women. I do not see them as separate things. Women pay me to dominate them. To excite them. To make them come. I did not start out like this. No, to the contrary, I started out as a lawyer. But in my late 30s, I became obsessed with making women happy. There were so many unfulfilled women, so many women who had no access to their sexual happiness. It began as a mission of sorts, but then I got involved in it. I got very good at it. Kind of brilliant.
What?
It was my art. I started getting paid for it. It was as if I'd found my calling. Tax law seemed completely boring and insignificant then. I wore outrageous outfits when I dominated women. Lace and silk and leather.
Wow.
And I... and I used props. Whips, handcuffs, rope, dildos. Wah. Horns. Clown shoes.
Basketballs.
Joke cars. There was nothing like this in tax law. There were no props, no excitement, and I hated those blue corporate suits. Although I wear them from time to time in my new line of work, as they serve quite nicely. Context is all. There were no props, no outfits in corporate law. You've just said that, you stupid... There was no wetness.
In corporate law?
Well, I know it's surprising, but there was no dark, mysterious foreplay. There were no erect nipples, no delicious mouths. But mainly there was no moaning. Not the kind I'm talking about, anyway. This was the...
What? Imagine the high judge, ruler of the earth, just going halfway through chord.
This was the key. I see now. Moaning was the thing that ultimately seduced me and got me addicted to making women happy.
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, I would see women in the movies making love, making strange orgasmic moaning noises. I used to laugh. Well, I think that pretty much explains why she left corporate law, doesn't it? She had problems with childhood.
She watched porn starring her mother.
I longed to moan. I practiced in front of my mirror, on a tape recorder, moaning in various keys, various tones, with sometimes very operatic expressions, sometimes with more reserved, almost withheld expression. But always when I played it back, it sounded fake. It was fake. It wasn't rooted in anything sexual, really, only in my desire to be sexual. But then I was 10, and I had to pee really badly once.
What? So she just...
Yes, she was 10. Completely normal for a 10-year-old to be doing this.
What did her mother think? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Her mother probably feels guilty for leaving the porn out.
Not the pornography starring her.
Pornography starring your mother will only be the second worst thing to happen to you today.
Your daughter will be...
Your daughter will pick it up and try to be porn actress. Then, when I was 10, I had to pee really badly once, on a car trip. It went on almost for an hour, and when I finally got to pee in this dirty little gas station, it was so exciting.
What?
I moaned as I peed. And I couldn't believe it. Me, moaning in a Texaco station, somewhere in the middle of Louisiana.
Are you sure she wasn't raped? This book seems about rape.
I realised right then that the moans were not connected with not getting what you... What? I realised right then that moans are connected with not getting what you want right away, with putting things off. I realised moans were best when they caught you by surprise, when they came out of this hidden, mysterious part of you that was speaking its own language. I realised right then that moans were, in fact, that language. I became a moaner. It made most men anxious. Frankly, it terrified them.
What?
I was loud and they couldn't concentrate on what they were doing. They'd lose focus. Then they'd lose everything. We couldn't make love in people's homes. The walls were too thin. I got a reputation in my building. People started staring at me with contempt in the elevator. Men thought I was too intense. Some called me insane. I began to feel bad about moaning. I got quiet and polite. What the fuck? I got quiet and polite. No, I got quiet and polite. Jesus. I made noise into a pillow. I learned to choke my moan, hold it back like a sneeze. I began to get headaches and stress-related disorders.
From what?
From not moaning yet. I was becoming hopeless when I discovered women. I discovered that most women love my moaning. But more important, I discovered how deeply excited I got when other women moaned. When I could make other women moan. It became a kind of passion. Discovering the key, unlocking the vagina's mouth, unlocking this voice, this wild song. I made love to a quiet woman, and I found this place inside them, and they shocked themselves in their moaning. I made love to moaners, and they found a deeper, more penetrating moan. I became obsessed. I longed to make women moan, to be in charge, like a conductor maybe, or a band leader. It was a kind of surgery, a kind of delicate science, finding the tempo, the exact location or home of the moan. That's what I called it. Sometimes I found it over women's jeans. Sometimes I sneaked up on it, off the record, quietly disarming the surrounding alarms and moving in. Shit, you need to put better solid music in there. Sometimes I used force, but not violent, pressing force. More like the kind of I'm going to take you someplace, don't worry, sit back and enjoy the ride kind of force.
Snake, stop shooting rats and get on with the mission.
Sometimes it was simply mundane. I found the moan before things even started. While we were eating salad or chicken, just casually right there, with my fingers. Here it is, like that, real simple, in the kitchen. All mixed in with the balsamic vinegar. This woman needs to be reported to the health department. Sometimes I use props. I love props. Sometimes I made the woman find her moan in front of me. I walked, stuck it in until she opened herself. I wasn't fooled by the minor, more obvious moans. No, I pushed her further, all the way into a power moan. Some might call it a scream, but...
So she murdered women.
There's the clit moan, a soft, in-the-mouth sound. The vaginal moan, a deep, in-the-throat sound. The combo clit vaginal moan. There's the pre-moan, a hint of a sound. The almost moan, a circling sound. The right on it moan, a deeper, definite sound. The elegant moan, a sophisticated laughing sound. The Grace slick moan, a rock singing sound. The wasp moan, no sound. The semi-religious moan, a Muslim chanting sound. The mountaintop moan, a yodeling sound. The baby moan, a gooey, 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 goo sound. The doggy moan, a panting sound. The southern moan, southern accent, yeah, yeah. The uninhibited militant bisexual moan, a deep, aggressive pounding sound. The machine gun moan, the tortured zen moan, a twisted, hungry sound. The diva moan, a high operatic note. The twisted toe orgasm moan. And finally, the surprise triple orgasm moan.
Hey Alex, what's time again?
I think that's it anyway. After it, it's just like 10 pages of reviews.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've literally read the whole book. It's really short. That was fun.